entire life who has not bailed on you. Look, I know she can get a little frantic and disorganized at times. Actually, at all times. But since we are having a conversation about what is fair, do you really think it is fair that she has to go down to your school all alone and eat your big bowl of stink for something that she did not even do? Lennox frowned, genuinely confused. A big bowl of stink? What in the world is that? You will know exactly what it is when you have been forced to eat one, Joe said, standing up and brushing off his trousers. Think about it. Down at the middle school, Melissa sat in a stiff wooden chair in the principal's office. The clock on the wall ticked loudly. Any sign of our Lennox yet? Miss Lent asked, her tone dripping with passive-aggressive disappointment. Melissa took a deep breath, preparing to swallow her pride completely. Oh, Miss Lent, look, I know what Lennox did with the poem was bad. Okay, it was really, really bad. But if any kid in this world has the right to be deeply upset about what life has suddenly handed her. Melissa paused, leaning forward. Look, I am not trying to excuse Lennox's behavior. I am just saying, if I was in Lennox's position right now, I probably would have done much worse things by now. In fact, when I was her age, I did. Miss Lent remained unmoved, adjusting her glasses. This entire meeting is completely pointless without Lennox present. Why do we not just cancel and reschedule? Do you think you can manage to find her and bring her here by, say, tomorrow afternoon? Miss Lent asked, opening her calendar. Oh, tomorrow's City Council budget session is an all-day event, Melissa explained, feeling the walls closing in. But we do take a lunch break from 12 to 1. I do not know when your office breaks for lunch. Miss Lent closed the calendar with a sharp snap. Miss Burke, responsible parenting does not neatly fit into nice, little scheduled boxes. You know, it might be highly helpful to look not just at what Lennox is doing wrong, but at the overall quality of the job you are doing raising her. Melissa felt a hot flush of shame and anger rise in her cheeks. She was about to deliver a blistering political rebuttal when the heavy office door slowly creaked open. Lennox stood in the doorway, looking small and nervous. She is doing an okay job, Lennox said quietly, stepping into the room. Melissa turned, her heart leaping in her chest. Hey! I am sorry I am late, Lennox said, looking directly at the principal. And I am genuinely sorry about the other day with the flyer and the poem. And I am sorry about the disrespectful stuff that I said. I was just really mad. And apparently, I was not really mad at you. Lennox turned to look at Melissa, her eyes softening. But there is absolutely no need to blame my aunt for my actions. She has been getting more than enough of that blame on my behalf lately. You know, at least she is actually trying her best to be here. Miss Lent cleared her throat, clearly taken aback by the sincere display. Okay, whatever the root cause, let us just get straight to the part where we discuss your disciplinary actions. Later that evening, back at the house, the atmosphere was lighter than it had been in months. Melissa walked into the kitchen to find Joe attempting to teach Ryder some rudimentary dance moves. All right, let us see what you have got, Joe encouraged, clapping a steady rhythm. Here is a thought, my hip young brother man. Try loosening up your knees a little bit when you move. Ryder awkwardly shuffled his feet, looking ridiculous but surprisingly happy. You are welcome, Joe laughed, clapping him on the shoulder. Melissa leaned against the doorframe, watching them. I heard about all the terrible crap you have been going through lately, she said softly to Joe. You know, with your wife leaving, going completely broke, losing your beautiful car, and your luxury condo. I mean, considering all of that, how can you even manage to walk upright? Joe stopped dancing, his smile faltering for a fraction of a second before returning. Oh, sorry. I did not mean to. Melissa started to apologize, realizing she had crossed a line. No, it is perfectly all right. Joe waved it off, though his voice lacked its usual bravado. I am acutely aware that my current life is an endless abyss of inky black despair. Thanks for the motivational pep talk. Ryder, sensing the shift in mood, pointed at Joe's feet. Hey, Could you show me how to do that spin move again? Only if you promise you did not tape it, Joe joked, recovering his rhythm. Melissa stepped further into the room. I have no idea how you managed it. Oh, I am sorry. I meant your aunt, Joe said quickly to Ryder, acknowledging Melissa's presence. Hey, Melissa said, a genuine smile spreading across her face. So, I sat in that office and I ate my entire big bowl of stink today. Joe raised an eyebrow, a knowing smirk playing on his lips. I even went back and asked for seconds, Melissa added proudly. Lennox walked into the kitchen, grabbing an apple from the bowl on the counter. Ugh. I am going to go upstairs and vigorously brush my teeth now just thinking about it. As Lennox turned to leave, a small piece of paper fluttered out of her jacket pocket and landed on the floor. Joe instinctively stepped on it, trying to hide it, but Melissa was faster. Hands, she commanded, pointing at his foot. Joe slowly moved his foot. Melissa bent down and picked up the piece of paper. It was a check written out to Lennox signed by Joseph Longo. For $50. Melissa's jaw dropped. She looked from the check to Joe, realization dawning on her. It was you. You talked her into going down there to the school. I am a persuasive guy, Joe shrugged, trying to look innocent. How exactly did you talk her into going down there? Melissa demanded, waving the check. People like me, sure, but… No, really, Joe admitted, sighing. I paid her $50. A bribe? Melissa gasped, horrified. That is terrible. Not only is that morally wrong, that is absolutely horrible parenting. Well, Joe pointed out logically, I am not a parent and neither are you. Ryder, who had been watching the exchange with keen interest, raised his hand. Can I have $50? No, Joe and Melissa said simultaneously. Then relax, all right? Joe said, leaning against the counter. I wrote Lennox a personal check. He made a spring-like sound. Boing. It is going to bounce higher than a rubber ball. Another very valuable life lesson about trusting strangers with money. Melissa stared at him, torn between outrage and grudging respect. So, is this exactly how you ran your supposed youth center right out of college? Joe laughed, picking up a dish towel. Oh, please, there was absolutely no youth center. I made that up entirely. Ryder looked impressed. Can I speak to you in the other room, Joe? Nice knowing you, Joe joked to Ryder as he followed Melissa into the hallway. Oh, I will be perfectly fine, Melissa assured Ryder. Once they were alone, Melissa turned on him, whispering furiously. You lie about your experience. You blatantly bribed the children. Is there anything in this world you will not do? Windows, Joe replied instantly. Look, Burke, I am just trying to help you out here, you know? I mean, I may have played it a little fast and loose with the rules today, but the end result is that Lennox formally apologized to that scary lung woman, right? Yes, Melissa admitted, her anger deflating. Yes, she did. She also, as it happens, said a few genuinely nice things about me. Right in front of me. It is the very first time since she has been living in this house. Frankly, it completely took my breath away. Joe smiled softly. You earned it. Melissa narrowed her eyes suspiciously. Oh my God. You did not secretly pay her extra money to do that part, too, did you? No, Joe laughed, shaking his head. She gave me that specific performance entirely free of charge. Although, to be fair, it may just be my mere masculine presence in this chaotic household that is sort of seamlessly pulling everything and everyone together. Melissa rolled her eyes, unable to stop a laugh from escaping. Oh my God. Let us completely believe that narrative. Suddenly, she remembered the voicemail she had received earlier. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. A Regency professional nanny agency called the house today. They said that Mrs. Dietrich is fully available and that she will be here at 8 in the morning tomorrow for her first day. Joe stopped wiping the counter, his face falling. You really did not think I could actually handle this job, did you? To be perfectly honest, no, Melissa said gently.